Good morning, dear students. This is your teacher Neelam Elawat, and we are dealing with the chapter Body Fluids and Circulation. And this is our lecture number 4, dear students. In the previous module, we've talked about the ECG, the different points like P, Q, R, S, T, and what does it means. Now, in today's video, we will be talking about the circulation of blood in human beings, right? And we call this circulation of blood as double circulation, right everyone? We call it this type of circulation as double circulation. Now, I assume that you have started in class 10th, but I'll again be restudying the same topic, right everyone? So that you can freshen up yourself, your understanding of this concept is again enriched. So we'll talk about this topic only. So I hope you have familiar with this word double circulation. Now let's understand what does this word means. So far we have spoken about, dear students, that in case of human beings, the blood flows in closed vessels. So human beings, they have a closed circulatory system. So your blood flows strictly through a fixed route through your blood vessels like your arteries, veins, right? Okay. Now, the flow of blood, it passes twice through the heart. जो blood है आपका वो 2 बार heart से pass होता है, right? Once it is oxygenated blood and second times it is a deoxygenated blood. So that is why this circulation is called a double circulation. So heart से एक cycle में heart से blood 2 बार pass होता है. That is why we call it as double circulation. And this double circulation includes the systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. We will understand in the next slide. Now, I hope this diagram is visible to you all, right? So, our cycle, it starts with lungs. Now, lungs will add oxygen into the blood. Okay, lungs will add oxygen into the blood and the blood will become oxygenated. Now, from the lungs, the blood will come in the pulmonary vein. Okay, in the pulmonary vein, let's have a different color. So in the pulmonary vein, the blood will come in the pulmonary vein from lungs. The blood will come in the pulmonary veins, and from the pulmonary veins, the blood will come in the left auricle. LA means left auricle. And then left auricles will contract and the blood will reach to left ventricle. Okay, and then this ventricles will contract and then the blood will reach to all parts of your body, right? Through the dorsal aorta and the other arteries. So from the ventricles, the blood will reach to all parts of the body. So this is the left portion of your cycle, right? Now from all parts of your body, the blood will be connected by the vena cava. The great veins, they will collect the blood and they will bring back the blood into the right auricle, and from right auricle the blood will go to right ventricle. Then the ventricles will contract and the blood will reach again back to your lungs through the pulmonary artery. Okay, so this is how first your blood passes through the left portion of the heart and then your blood passes through the right portion of the heart till it reaches back to the lungs. So वो वापस lungs तक पहुँचता है. इस तरीके से वो 2 बार pass होता है, and that is why we call it as double circulation. So the cycle starts with lungs and it ends with lungs. Clear everyone? And it is your ventricles who are pushing the blood into the body and into the lungs. So आपके left और ventricles हैं, ये body में supply करते हैं blood को, और आपके right ventricles हैं, they will supply blood back to the lungs. Clear? Okay. Now let's come to the systemic circulation. As I told you, the double circulation can be divided into 2 types. That is your systemic circulation and the pulmonary circulation. What is systemic circulation? In systemic circulation, the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle will reach to all parts of the body. ठीक है, तो आपके लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल जो है वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है और वो पूरी बॉडी को आपका ब्लड सप्लाई करता है. ठीक है, and same the deoxygenated blood from the various parts to the right atrium. So your systemic circulation starts from the aorta and ends at superior vena cava or the inferior vena cava that brings blood into the right atrium. So your systemic circulation provides oxygen, nutrients and other substances to tissues, and they take carbon dioxide and the harmful substances from these tissues back into the right atrium. Just understand this. Let's use green color. So your systemic circulation starts when the ventricles will push the blood, and the blood will come from here till it is back into your right auricle. So this part is referred to as systemic circulation, right? This part is called your systemic circulation. Okay, this part is called your systemic circulation. Now coming to the second part, which is called a pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary is related with pulmonary artery and vein. It is related with lungs. So the flow of deoxygenated blood. So your right ventricles, they will push the blood back into the lungs for the oxygenation, and the oxygenated blood will be taken from the lungs will be reach the left atrium, and this portion is called pulmonary circulation. Let's look up the diagram again. See, यहाँ से ब्लड वापस आपका लंग्स के पास जाएगा और लंग से ब्लड आपका वापस लेफ्ट ऑरिकल्स के पास आएगा. तो दिस सर्कुलेशन इज कॉल्ड पल्मनरी सर्कुलेशन. सो जो ऊपर वाला पार्ट है आपका, दैट इज कॉल्ड पल्मनरी सर्कुलेशन, एंड दिस सेकेंड पार्ट इज कॉल्ड योर सिस्टमिक सर्कुलेशन. So two pulmonary veins from each lung will transport the oxygenated blood to the left atrium. So दो veins हैं, दो pulmonary veins हैं जो lung से आपके blood को they will transport it to the left atrium. Now this double circulation, since we have 4 chambers, and this double circulation, it prevents mixing of blood. So in human beings there is no mixing of blood at all. And this is very, very important, because human beings, we cannot tolerate mixing of blood. Why we cannot tolerate mixing of blood? Because our energy requirements are very, very high. Okay, everyone? Our energy requirements are very, very high. And secondly, we require large amount of oxygen. So we require large amount of oxygen, and second, we have a energy requirement is also very, very high. Now coming to the disorders of circulatory system. What are the disorders? Suppose if your circulatory system does not function well, then what could happen to your body? Right? What could happen to your body? Now first thing that can be there is a hypertension. Hypertension, in simple terms, we call it as high blood pressure. See, in medical terms, we can call it as hypertension, and generally in normal talk, we can call it as high blood pressure. So blood pressure, if your blood pressure is higher, is more than 120 by 80. This is a normal blood pressure, dear ones. So 120 by 80 is a normal blood pressure. But if your blood pressure is more than this, okay, if your blood pressure is more than this, clear? In this portion, 120 is your systolic pressure. 120 is your systolic pressure and 80 is your diastolic pressure. तो ये जो 120 है ये आपका सिस्टोलिक प्रेशर है और 80 जो है वो आपका डायस्टोलिक प्रेशर है. दैट मीन्स रेस्टिंग है, राइट? अगर आपका रिपीटेड चेक्स के बाद भी आपका ब्लड प्रेशर 120 बाय 80 से ज़्यादा आता है, दैट मीन्स यू आर हैविंग हाई ब्लड प्रेशर. Suppose your blood pressure is 140 by 90. Okay, so we have checked your blood pressure number of times and still we are getting the same value, right? So it is 140 over 90. So you are having a high blood pressure. Okay, dear students, you are having a high blood pressure. Okay, and this high blood pressure can lead to heart diseases, and it can affect your vital organs like brain and the kidneys. Second is coronary artery disease, right? It is often called as atherosclerosis. It is often called as atherosclerosis, right everyone? Now in this particular disease, what happens? Your vessels, they are affected. Okay, your blood vessels, they are affected. Those vessels which supply blood to the heart muscles. ठीक है, जो वेसल्स आपकी हार्ट मसल्स को ब्लड सप्लाई करती हैं उनमें फैट की डिपोजिशन हो जाती है, फैट जम जाता है उनमें, ठीक है. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट दीज आर्टरीज दे हैव अ नैरो ल्यूमन, उनका जो ल्यूमन है वो नैरो हो जाता है. सो देर आर डिपॉजिट्स ऑफ फैट, देर आर डिपॉजिट्स ऑफ कैल्शियम, देर आर डिपॉजिट्स ऑफ कोलेस्ट्रॉल, and that is why this particular disease is called, that is coronary artery disease. ठीक है, coronary artery disease, and it is also called as atherosclerosis. इसमें आपकी blood vessels में fat, calcium ions और कोलेस्ट्रॉल की डिपोजिशन हो जाती है, जिससे उसका नैरो ल्यूमन जो है वो नैरो हो जाता है. Then is angina. It is also called as angina pectoris. इसमें क्या होता है, आपकी बॉडी में एक्यूट पेन होता है. इन योर चेस्ट देयर इज एन एक्यूट पेन बिकॉज ऑक्सीजन, नॉर्मल ऑक्सीजन इज नॉट रीचिंग टू योर हार्ट. आपकी हार्ट में जो है वो प्रॉपर ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई नहीं हो रही है. एंड इट इज़ वेरी वेरी कॉमन इन द एल्डरली मेन एंड द वुमेन बोथ. ओके, it occurs in elderly men and it can be a male or a female, so it is not a gender specific, it can be male and the female, right? And it occurs due to the conditions that affect the blood flow. जो conditions हैं जो जिनकी वजह से आपका blood pressure, blood flow affect होता है, ये उन चीज़ों, उन factors की वजह से होता है. Then comes your heart failure. Heart failure means your heart has stopped working. Okay, means the state of heart when it is not pumping your blood effectively. देखिए, हार्ट एक मस्कुलर ऑर्गन है, आपकी बॉडी के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज हार्ट आपका पंपिंग ऑर्गन है एंड इट सप्लाइज ब्लड टू ऑल पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी. सो हार्ट फेलियर मीन्स there is something which is putting pressure on the heart and the heart is not able to meet the needs of the body. This is sometimes also called as congestive heart failure. इसे हम कई बार जो है congestive heart failure भी कहते हैं. ठीक है, congestive heart failure क्यों कहते हैं? Because the congestion of lungs is one of the main symptoms. lungs का congestion हो जाना एक इसका main symptom है जिसकी वजह से heart failure होता है. ठीक है, ओके ओके, राइट एवरीवन. सो हार्ट फेलियर, कई बार हम एक वर्ड और सुनते हैं, कार्डियक अरेस्ट. कार्डियक अरेस्ट, हार्ट फेलियर और कार्डियक अरेस्ट जो है वो सेम नहीं है. ठीक है, हार्ट फेलियर एंड कार्डियक अरेस्ट दे आर नॉट सेम. कार्डियक अरेस्ट मीन्स जब आपका हार्ट जो है वो बीट करना बंद कर देता है, और हार्ट अटैक, these are not same. These all three terms, they are different. हार्ट फेलियर का मतलब होता है कि वो इफेक्टिवली ब्लड को पंप नहीं कर रहा है. कार्डियक अरेस्ट का मतलब होता है कि जब आपका हार्ट बीट करना बंद कर देता है. ठीक है, और हार्ट अटैक का मतलब होता है व्हेन योर हार्ट मसल्स इज सडनली डैमेज. जब आपकी हार्ट की मसल्स जो है वो डैमेज हो जाती हैं तो वो इनएडिक्वेट सप्लाई दे पाती हैं. दैट इज़ कॉल्ड अ हार्ट अटैक. सो कार्डियक अरेस्ट, हार्ट फेलियर एंड हार्ट अटैक, दीज आर ऑल डिफरेंट टर्म्स. दे आर नॉट सिनोनिमस विद ईच अदर. ओके, दे आर नॉट सिनोनिमस विद ईच अदर. क्लियर एवरीवन? So I hope you've understood the double circulation and the various diseases, disorders which are associated with the functioning of the heart. Okay. Now coming to a last one, which is called coronary thrombosis. Coronary thrombosis. इसमें क्या होता है? Coronary artery में clot बन जाता है. Okay. We have an artery which is called coronary artery and a clot is formed in the coronary artery. So suppose ये आपकी artery है, इस artery में आपका clot बन गया है. So this will stop the flow of blood. ठीक है? And this is generally occurs in the left anterior descending coronary artery. ये जो ज़्यादातर है ये आपकी left anterior descending coronary artery में होता है. Okay, clear everyone? Okay. So coming to homework, first of all you will make the notes of this topic. You will read the page numbers 286 to 288 and you will try to complete all the question answers of this chapter, and you can consult for your question answers. You should or you do consult this extra marks app There are beautiful answers which are given into it. So you consult the Extra Marks app for your question answers. The answers that I have checked, they are very good. Appropriate answers are given to this app. So you must go through this. But before that, you must go through your NCERT, read every line of it, and read the page numbers 286 to 88. Right, everyone? Okay. So that's all for today. Bye, everyone.